Remember that? Yeah. Yo. It's actually happened. We're just not going to spend the night bullshitting.
Do we have a sort of because the loot is still in the main journal, should we have a page with bag of holding shit?
Oh man, I barely keep track of what's in mine.
Oh, that reminds me. Something important for Lydia to know.
Oh, for fuck's sake, it's
Bernard
about
now
Bernard
has
again,
saddlebags
isn't
of
it?
holding.
Really?
We got a second bag of holding, didn't we? And we decided Bernard got it.
I didn't know either.
Okay, we actually decided that Lydia got it, but Bernard has it.
Yep. That's legit for me.
So what?
Okay, so because Andin had the second bag of holding, we screwed it so that we now have the second bag of holding with us. And I said that you would probably want it, but then I was like, haha, give it to Bernard instead.
So my fucking wolf has 2 bags of holding strung over his back. Is that how you're imagining this? What?
Our wolf. Our wolf.
And someone else has the other one.
He's a family dog.
Is it now? But I have to scoop up his poop, don't I?
Well.
I think what we should do is get some sort of plate burden for the dog, and use him as a trap dog. Just send him scuttering across dungeon floors, setting off anything in his path.
No, he's
I will
not a landmine
fight you.
dog.
I will come and fight you.
I thought you were kind of good. I was thinking you were talking about, you know, like old lancers. Yeah, we were thinking about it. Yeah.
Like a little Kevlar suit.
Plus, it's green, so I mean, it just look like a crocodile.
Speaking of armor, how do I add +3 to my armor class? It's not letting me through the. If you plus shield of +3, it's equipped, and its mod is +3. Or did I put it as a prop?
Do you have the other shield?
I do have. Oh yeah, just like take that one off first. Unequip. That's equipped. And it's staying at 18. The
I don't
spreadsheet.
know how it works in
I can't. I could fix the shape sheet, but we're not using the shape sheet. It loses all the data, I know.
Don't you just click on the armor class and just change the number?
Yeah, that's probably what you got to do.
Oh, yep,
That's
yep.
what
There you
I
go. Yeah,
definitely did.
I've been bamboozled. Thank you for that. I'm not complete. Right, so it was 18, but it's allowed +2 because the shield is +3. Is that right? I'm turning to the book. Plus strength,
I've
isn't
got
it?
mail on, so I should know, but...
Yeah. Yeah, I'm in the book.
Oh, 16 is my AC. Yeah.
Okay.
Which is 5.
Have you got a cloak of protection as well?
No, I did not. So I'm at 21. Alright, oh, that's 121. If only. Okay.
I will never be hit again.
Well, he'll only get hit 5% of the time.
Natural 20s. It depends how you roll it, yeah. Often we.
No, that's just the +3 shield.
Dual wielding shields.
I'm thinking about it.
No, because a shield by itself is 2 armor. It's +3, so it's 5.
Like fucking.
Oh my god, whack a shield of faith on top of that and you're never getting hit, ever.
In theory, if you're allowing him to dual wield shields, and then Shield of Faith. That's going to be 25 armor class.
Oh god. So
You're going to get another 2 out of that if you get yourself plate mail.
And then you can get another 2 if you get a cloak. No, another 1 if you get a cloak of protection.
Another 1 with a ring of protection.
I just shovel people to death.
It is entirely possible at this rate that you could end up pushing about 30 on the armor class at later levels.
Yeah. So is Morgan just going to be a light armored vehicle?
Yeah, pretty much.
What's this light?
Will it fix a fucking cannon to him? Just a swivel gun on a helmet.
Yeah. Right. Theoretically, right, if I wanted to just wear the other shield on my back, would I and still be attuned to it? Is that okay? Or would I have to be using it to actually, because I get the advantage for initiative and perception? Alright, okay, so I'm just going to fuck that thing on my back and use my Warhammer. That's grand. Sorted. Also, that shield did have a name, but at the minute I'm just calling it Shield of +3. No, the Sentinel Shield's my other one. Okay, Shield of +3 it is. Alright. Tight.
Burn it. For fuck's sake. What is the ring of...
No, for real though, we were discussing it if you remember.
Of course you were.
Putting it on dog collar because
what
it was
is it? I wasn't
hilarious,
there.
The idea of him like pew-pewing, but I think legitimately maybe Yvonne got it, but I can't.
I think so. Yeah, 2 seconds, I'll just ask one as well.
Can we pretend that airplanes in the night sky are like shooting stars? Sorry.
That's right, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And that's when they had the conversation with the gods. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
What
is
is an instrument that the bards actually does? Do like that? Oh, yeah, yes, right, okay. Oh, yeah. Yeah, could fly. That's awesome.
The gems, are you counting that as just gold pieces, or should I put them into the bag of holding area separately?
We kept hold of them in case you wanted to make jewelry with them, or someone else.
And also, it's always good to keep gems as separate on the lists in case spell components and shit like that.
And the platinum pieces.
Plus, like, you should know that you have to watch him like a hawk, otherwise Kesavir will start fucking giving himself a vajazzle.
Although, according to Stevie, we are going to have the convenient thing that, it automatically changes the gold for us.
Ah. Cool. So, the one that said 27,000 gold pieces total was including the platinum? Yes. Cool. I'll have that in the bag of hoarding, because that's how I'm going to call it.
Oh, don't delete it. Keep it in
it's
the
not
list.
Delete, it's not deleted. It's not deleted.
We accidentally deleted.
Roll down, and the bag of hoarding has its own page in the drawer.
Oh, okay, that's fine. So,
No, I know what I'm doing.
No, but it's not in the top. It's not in the top. Put it back in. Just so that we can like have it accounted for where it comes from. I'm particular about that kind of thing. Keeping that part too. Yeah.
Yeah, these journals is why Bob got an invite to Invasion.
Yeah, man. You know
And
that.
he's awesome. Don't be mean, Roll.
I'll keep the items, but just money I wouldn't.
If you just put the
I'm putting them back in,
and then just say allocated, and then that way we can get around it. But who had this? Who had the sword of speed? So I wasn't sure if it was Kirkland or Laurie. Okay, yeah, that's fine. No problem.
But I did say we could swap it between us as appropriate.
Yeah.
Just requires attunement. Is it not? Okay.
I'd be surprised if it wasn't. No, I'm pretty sure it's just weapons that don't have any additional effect other than to hit and damage modifiers that are not required.
Fucking, that's a shambles. It doesn't matter. That's fine. We spent the evening waiting for Ans to heal up because we were leaving with Ans. Or hoping to leave with Mage Redstream. When he recovered, essentially, or recovered enough that he didn't need any supervision anymore. Was the general sense. Casimir went outside to attune to the Ring of Shooting Stars as it was required to attune at night outside. And also to attune with the Instrument of the Bards, a very beautiful harp. And as Cass was attuning to the harp, it became apparent that there was a divine force intermingling with the arcane force of attunement. And upon tugging at the divine string of energy that was attached to the instrument, you were given a message, essentially an SOS by one of the gods who identified himself as Coralon, the god of the elves, the creator of the elves.
It's not going to do a lot for Cassivir's ego that a god had to come to him for help.
That's true.
Toxic.
Oh boy.
You must be truly desperate if you come from me.
That's pretty much it, yeah. But the night ended with Casimir informing everyone of what happened, and everyone realizing that once you get to the place where Cord fell, which was your destination in the first place, you would be given more information by Coralon in regards to what was going on. But you also got the idea that Cord was pulled from the heavens by something that took advantage of his avatar, as he had an active avatar in the world, whereas Coralon didn't, and that's why Coralon was not too keen to make actual contact, but left a message instead. So, if we're going to pick up, then we'll pick up the next morning. I assume everyone has a long rest and items are attuned. Food is ready in the morning because, as always, Christiana is far ahead of everyone else when it comes to getting up and starting in the morning.
I'll probably get up earlier than usual because Christiana is here and that makes me nervous, and so I want to be at my best behavior.
Yeah, it's you're one of the early risers anyway.
Yeah, but Christiana's here and she's always super early, and then she gives me that look and that sigh as if I'd slept in like Calissa does.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. So with the early risers up, you give help with the food in the morning. Everything seems served, and everyone seems to be still sleeping. I believe, just based on experience, Laurie will probably be up soon.
Yep.
Is there anyone aside from obviously Calissa who's not up?
No, I'd be up in trying to practice my sword before most people see me. Even though I know that I look amazing doing it, because that's the nature of the sword.
Yeah, for everyone else, it looks spectacular, but for you, you can just see all the errors that you're making.
Well, that's progress. At least
Yeah.
I know what I need to work on.
That's the thing. Your last few rolls and sessions with Laurie, you pick up very well on imitating people, and pick up very well on like small mannerisms and movements and stuff. Because it's very easy to like mock someone's gait and mock someone's like the way they speak and the way their body moves, and you're practicing using that to help with how your sword should move and how your feet should move, and in that way your skill with performance is helping with your learning of your weapon.
Awesome.
So in the morning you have Casimir, who was working away with the sword, Laurie, who's an early riser, Tiki, who was up even earlier because of Christiana, Morgan.
Yeah, I'll be up and about as well. Probably trying to help Christiana to an extent. Obviously, she's probably way earlier than I am. And just in general, kind of keeping an eye on the castle and having a look around. We just kind of fought dragons in their lairs, so in case anything else is about to patrol the walls a bit. Not on watch as such, but yeah, just kind of floating around.
And eventually, at around the same time, both of them looking pretty much dead, you get Calissa and Mage Redstream, who appear, both horrified at having to be awake already. But it is way later in the morning by the time that these two get up. And for anyone who's got just maybe a passive investigation above like 12 or 13, so if you've got like a +2 to your investigation at the very least, you'll notice that there's someone missing from the entire ensemble here.
It's Galabray.
It's not Galabray. Galabray is hanging about. Just
The Towns?
it is not. It is Kirkland. Kirkland's room is empty.
What?
There seems to be no evidence of struggle or anything like that. The castle was very well swept before you left, or before you went to rest the first night, and there was no threats. But I would like someone to make whoever would have been the one who would notice, probably
Morgan.
Yeah, Morgan
Eagle Eye.
sees fucking everything.
I think just about with investigation, actually, I'm more perceptive than investive. But
Yeah. After a quick look to Kirkland's room, it's as bare as it was when they came in, but your perception allows you, your passive perception, just at a quick scan, allows you to see that there is, in fact, a note that's left there.
It's in Kesevir's handwriting that says, "I am a colossal prick."
There's a note.
Signed Kirkland.
All right. I shall pick up said note, and I'll read it before the party get there. I'll just like, yeah, I can read it myself.
The note is basically along the lines of, there's a war in heaven. You're going off to get involved in this. It's bigger than us. I'm going to get help.
Right. I'll bring that to the party and kind of like show it to everybody. Like.
And so that's the reason he left before breakfast.
Coward.
Galbraith says if he's going back to any of the towns, he would have had to leave long before breakfast.
I'm gonna I'm gonna check to make sure the money's still where I left it.
Smart.
Everything seems in order.
Untrustful fucker.
Kirkland ditched us before we went to see a god. I don't think you can say the guess is untrustful.
So what help is he going to get? I mean,
I don't know. We already have the whole Mages Guild.
And Redstream, who's just currently like forehead is rested on the table, arms are just like hanging. And it's just like, well, you've got me at the very least. Whether we can get the rest of them out here on quick notice, well, we might, I don't know, one or two maybe, who would be able to teleport directly to me. But that's about it.
And in fairness to him, he came to help with the dragons, so he might not just be fleeing for his life. I mean, he might be. God is certainly more terrifying than some dragons, but...
Or maybe he's gone to go and find some people to start that cult that we'd been discussing.
Possibly. I don't see how we could get any more help in the time he's going to take, but that's how we are now, I suppose. I don't think we can wait any longer to go and see Gord.
Oh, no, there's absolutely no chance.
I should have actually written a note, shouldn't I?
Tea stained it and everything, so it looked legit. Posted their address.
Crumpled it up, ironed it out.
Dear Morgren.
Well, no, the idea was, it's not just about the encounter you're about to have, it's about the whole thing. It's going to be a lot bigger and a lot longer than just going to one place.
That's fair, but you also, it's also the fact, we're going to this one place and then all of a sudden it's like, yeah, nah, I'm good.
Well, Kirkland didn't know about any of that until, suddenly, gods need our help.
Yeah, for Kirkland it was in the midst of doing a job. He got fucking recruited by Galbraith and Ans and Christiana. I was like, come on, we've got a dip set. And then arrived in, killed the dragons, which was big. But the whole god thing is relatively new for Kirkland, as you'll recall. During your time in the main cities, during your time with the clerics of Kord there and the paladins of Kord, you would have seen the way that their power has been lost. But for Kirkland, he would have been in other parts of the land, just working, doing hunting. This sort of thing is completely a sort of a new thing for him. So
what's more concerning is that you took me at my word.
That's concerning for everyone, and that's Midge Redstream.
I always take you at your word.
Thank you, Tiki. That's gratifying.
I should look to this, should I not?
No.
Did I do something wrong?
I'm going to look at her with a confused face. Why would you do that?
Sometimes he
And
actually
what
makes
else is
sense,
there?
doesn't he, Tiki?
No, he barely ever does, but I still have to take him at his word, because what else is there?
I'm frequently spinning falsehoods, but that's neither here nor there.
To
We should
me?
really get...
Wait, what?
Well, jokes, James, Mary, let's get underway.
You filthy liar.
Your peddler of untruths.
Oops.
Very confused. Why would you lie to us?
Don't say it like that. It seems so
No,
taut.
Tiki does the puppy eyes right now.
What did you lie to us about, Cass?
Are we not your friends?
Of
Why would-
course.
Why would you lie to your friends?
There's just a very gruff, hoarse-sounding voice. Comes from just behind the door. You can't see who it comes from, but the voice is familiar. You hear slow footfalls. It says, "He's not a very good liar. Don't worry about it. He's never bluffed me once." And Ans comes walking in, back on his feet. Looks just fucking drained, but happy to be up and about. And Ans takes a seat at the table, and you get some food.
Speaking of convincing liars, how are you?
If I'm a convincing liar, you'll believe when I say I'm okay. Yeah, otherwise, I'm tired. Very tired.
I mean, I knew you were old.
Cass, that's not very polite.
Bet you think I look good for my age now, though?
Most certain.
Just what age are you?
Over...
Morgan, that's not polite.
That's...
No, I
Laurie,
wouldn't.
it's okay. Just over 1,000 or so.
Wow.
God, I don't know. I don't keep track very often. I've lost a lot of years to just being incredibly drunk.
Time well spent.
I envy that.
I agree. Morgan, you know, the dwarves, when they start, it can take weeks for a party to end. And I used to spend a lot of time with the dwarves back before Okama was even a city. But I'd long since thought I had left that behind. Didn't think I ever had to turn back to that form again. I was quite content to stay here, play games, drink, have fun with friends.
To think you could choose any form you like, but you'd choose to live as a crotchety old bastard.
That's what people don't expect when you swindle them then. They look at me and they see a kind old man. Come on, Casimir.
Bloody millennials.
So I hear that you're going further into the desert today.
We are indeed. I don't suppose you'd be willing to let us ride in your back like a donkey. I only say
Laurie
this
is
because
literally just like hiding her face.
I only say this because we've seen some rather large worms. They looked
they've been here for a long time. They used to be deep underground, but they came to the surface once they weren't getting hunted by the dragons anymore. The sort of area of the desert was kind of abandoned.
And I mean, I was only half joking, but now that I remember, I've carried you home more than one occasion.
I mean, You'll have to carry me on your shoulders again, because I'm going with you. Not as the Lord of the Silver, but as your friend Anne's. I can still heal. I can still cast spells. I can be of help.
You're more than welcome, always.
Besides, I have to supervise. I am the oldest here. And I'll be damned if I'm going to let Redstream here anywhere near something that's potentially dangerous. Just to go poking and prodding at it again. To which Redstream just, with her head still on the desk, you see a hand raise up and she's flipping the bird. She's just directly like in his area, not at him because she can't see, but like in his area. And then she like lays her hand back down and laughs a little bit. But for this adventure, I won't be leading the charge. That's going to be the younger generation. Much younger generations.
I suppose we should get underway. I'm not terribly eager to go traipsing across the desert, obviously.
Galibray
I'm a little worried by those grim portents.
Yeah, Galibray at this point says, well, we can travel along the base of the mountains. It's less difficult terrain to traipse through. Iron more towards rock than sand. The issue comes with maybe beasts from the mountains, but I mean, you just killed 3 dragons.
That sounds like an infinitely more preferable idea. I really don't like worms.
No, me either. Horrid creatures. All they do is eat. Doesn't matter if it's a harmless little elf like me or a dragon like that. They'll still attack. Just steer clear, I suppose. Is everyone ready to leave? Has anyone got any preparations they need to do for the day? Practice, prayers, washing.
No, that's fine.
I think I'm good. Yeah.
No, I'm fine. I'm
Okay.
just pulling my Lawrence of Arabia outfit.
Yeah, naturally. Galibray, once everyone's packed up and ready to go, Redstream is now awake and put together. And by put together, her hair is slightly less of an explosion. And that's about it. Mage Redstream and Ans are there, waiting at the door. And when you gather, Galibray gives a bow and says, "Fond farewells. Be safe, please, and bring him home in one piece. Or at least in enough pieces that I can put back together again. That would be preferable." And he nods towards Ans. And Ans just laughs, gives it back a very deep ceremonial bow in complete jest. I think you don't need very much perception to tell that he's taking the piss. And begins to traipse out the door. You can hear him murmuring under his breath, "I'm going on an adventure." And if everyone's ready to follow, then out of the castle you go.
Yep.
So the trip through the forest is a lot easier this time around. The forest is not trying to trick you. You're not being bamboozled by a dragon lair. The trip downhill feels downhill and you're able to see where it is you're going. A few creatures now seem to be traipsing around. There are some deer that bolt very quickly when you come by. You're not exactly traveling for stealth. And Ans is really not helping out with the whole idea, because he is now in his gear, which is clanking and banging as he walks, as a cleric is known to do. But also he's like recounting tales of like adventures he went on with other people, as like who didn't know he was a dragon, and like groups that he helped, and like telling you all about like, and he's like tells you stories about telling stories about worm fights, and he knows how to avoid them and stuff, and just all sorts of like tidbits from the life of someone who you find very difficult to piece together a timeline of his stories, because he jumps from like one time while the Empire, and then he tells like the kingdom had just fallen, and then it was like when the king was a child. It's like he does it's all very disjointed, but you're getting a bit of a picture put together, and Redstream's just silent listening, and you can see her listening intently, very focused face. More so than normal, I suppose. Anyone who's got a decent insight can give it a go and see what that seems to be. Yeah, so for Cass and Morgan, it's very clear that she is doing the exact same thing that Cass is doing, committing this to memory. She seems like every now and then you'll catch a little twitch where she like almost looks like she's gonna smile when she's listening to the stories. It seems that stories of the old days are not normally something that Ans gets to talk about because of having to be secretive about his past, and getting to listen and be so free with the information and telling these stories, it's kind of like a joy for her too, and she's really enjoying herself and trying to commit all this to memory.
Oh, bless her.
The forest though,
is he like filling in gaps in sort of the world's history in a way that sort of like you might not get from a history book kind of thing? Is that?
Yeah, every now and then you'll hear stories about like maybe an adventure's name comes up that's like a part of a story that you would have heard, but you hear like how it happened rather than there are stories about this, like he describes like very vivid detail about the adventures, and like very personal conversations with the king, and like insights into how things would have worked then and their opinions. So yeah, it is, you're getting a glimpse more into like first-hand knowledge of the history rather than like altered, changed written accounts of what happened.
Got you.
But yeah, so listening to it and committing it to memory, that is definitely something you can spend some time on and create a saga or a story or a song to. Absolutely. I would say it's very, very likely that you could do that.
Excellent.
The general sense of the forest now, it's enjoyable to be here. Whereas before it was very heavy and hard to breathe because of the poisoned layer effect of the forest. It really sucked to just even walk. Like walking took it out of you. But now there's a nice wind blowing in through the trees. It's refreshing, and it takes a good hour or so before you even break out to the bottom, where this unnatural forest, rooted in ground that is just unnatural to the area, breaks away from its like grassland sort of forest floor and into rock terrain, which leads into sand. But there is a good band of like harder rock to walk on that would walk along the forest. So if you're looking at, I assume you're all on the map layer, the map thing.
Yeah.
So instead of walking like, give me the free hand. Let's do this. Instead of walking like this here, there's you can quite clearly walk like that. You can walk like the top one by the mountain base, as opposed to straight out into the sands. The sands would be quicker, but in this area here, this is like the area for the worms, and you're very much bypassing that area by sticking to the mountains. Or you could cut your time down and cut through the sand, depending on which way you decide to go.
We're probably, I guess we're probably better off going, like, how much time is it going to add on if we go the safer way?
A matter of hours. You could potentially be looking at arriving maybe darker, like the sky will be a bit darker. You could be pushing nightfall, but if you cut straight through the sand, you're looking to get there at around dinner time. There will still be a good sun in the sky.
My vote is that we go the safer way, because we're better getting there in one piece, if a little later than getting there banged up, and because I mean you have no idea what we'd have to deal with them together.
Yeah, for sure. Plus, Anne's has just recovered. We don't want to kind of exert him too much.
Yeah.
Let's settle them the safe way.
Yeah, so the pathway along the base of the mountains is mostly quiet. You can hear a lot of birds overhead, birds that are searching quite clearly for something to dive on. There's some very large ones that you feel like if you were walking alone you might actually have difficulty with. They might even attack, but in a large group they just go overhead, circle a little bit, and then continue on up towards the mountains themselves. But as you get closer, I'll offer perception checks. First of all, to everyone who is proficient in perception at this point, due to the complete distance of the site.
Now, I believe I am proficient in perception, which is really bad. If you see how shit I am at perception. Oh shit, I got...
never mind.
So as you are approaching a curve around a pathway where the land raises a little bit and it kind of blocks the horizon, because as you're walking normally you can see straight across the desert plains. You'll see dunes and stuff. Obviously it's not completely flat land, but you can see pretty much as far as, you know, the horizon. But there's the way you're walking, there has been a large incline that has blocked off a large portion of the land, and as you pass over the top of it, Casimir, Tiki and Morgan, you're all able to see now with some degree of clarity something that looks a couple of hours away by foot. and it is pushing based on how long you've been walking. Is you've left early morning. It's past midday by now, with the time spent through the trees and walking along, and the fact that you are able to make decent enough time. Because I didn't roll anything on my encounter table. There was nothing. You make it, and you're able to see a column rising from the sands.
Can I get my spyglass?
Yes.
Look.
Yes, you can. I imagine with a nat 20 perception, your instinct might have been to even just reach for it in the first place. It looks almost like a solid column straight up into the sky. It gets difficult to see once the backdrop of the land disappears and it's blended with the sky, but as you spend a second to look, you can hear a sharp intake of breath from Anne's and Redstream, who are both standing just the same way everyone else is, just looking at this spectacle. It looks like a solid pillar of sand, but with closer inspection, and especially with the spyglass, it's just debris that's been lifted, rocks that's been pulled from under the ground from the impact, are like hovering in the air, similar to what you saw before from the top of the tower.
Oh yeah.
Slowly rotating, but from here you can see what looks like creatures darting in amongst the rocks, flying creatures, very unnatural. They have a very long body, and from what you can see, it looks like some sort of snake with wings, but the wings appear to be multicolored. And they are all within this column. But outside the column, you can see there's a lot of activity. There are several instances along this enormous plot of land where people have set up and are trying to breach the column. You can make out from a distance there is a camp that's been set up roughly to the north side of the crater and this unnatural occurrence, and there is a large amount of humanoids moving around, shifting what looks like weapons and siege weaponry. The tents have been set out, and they've made essentially a small town on the north end of this this crater, a large encampment. But,
I guess it's probably too far away to see pennants or anything that would indicate where they're from.
yeah, no, it's much too far away. It's at this distance.
I'll start handing off the spyglass to everybody anyway. Let them have a look.
Yeah, so Laurie, now with the spyglass, you're very able to see this. But that's just to the north side. To the west, there is a large amount of what looks like sand being kicked up outside, and there's another encampment, but there's a lot of creatures, large creatures there, who are being used to try and ram into like this column, but they seem to be getting repelled when they hit. Yeah.
Now that I can see these creatures, do I recognize them like from stories? Like especially like the serpenty things? They sound like something Laurie might have read about in a book.
Give me a religion check.
Balls. Okay. 7.
Right now, nothing seems to give you much. Nothing seems to kick out at you when you're thinking.
Okay.
It's possible.
You missed the time flying snakes.
Yeah, it's possible that you could you've heard of this, but the story just doesn't resonate with you really. And maybe when you get closer, it might be more apparent. There does seem to be a large amount of people here. The interest in this crater is not just your own, and you even hear Redstream curse under her breath. She said, of course we wouldn't be the first ones here. Bloody bandits.
You recognize them?
I recognize the type. Anytime anything valuable is left unguarded, there are bandits from all over this sort of area. A lot in the mountains. If you recall, when you were told the history of Oakenmaw, how it came to be, how it came to grow upwards into the mountain, it was because a lot of towns and a lot of smaller villages were abandoned because they felt they weren't safe from the march. They felt they weren't safe from the Lord of the Red, and they fled their villages and fled to Oakenmaw or Elnis. There exists a few small fiefdoms around towns that exist by protection. Obviously, in New Crestle, you understand now why it continues to be a bastion so far from the rest of the big cities. Anne's here has taken up residence. Lauder is pretty safe being on the coast. But down here, this far south, there are cities and there are towns and villages that were just left and abandoned, and that attracted just the worst kind of people to come and take what they could from it and move on to the next town and do the same. It's not quite the same problem as we have to the northwest with the outlands having to deal with all the gladiators up there and the barbarians. At least we know that they have a home, and at least we know how they'll act, and we can be roughly civil with them. But banditry down in this part of the land is very commonplace, and they can only speak in gold. So it makes sense if there was something of power, they might be trying to steal it, mine it, kill it, sell it, whatever.
Well, luckily, although I'm a man that appreciates the finest, I've also got a fairly well-rounded appreciation of the rather crude and vulgar things as well. I'm sure we can treat with these scoundrels.
Well, perhaps we treat with them, but maybe we try and circumvent it altogether. Stay away from them. Perhaps we move to a beast instead. Beasts are easy to deal with.
Yes, but they're rather more difficult to reason with.
I'm not sure why you'd want to reason with them. They sound like perfectly terrible people.
I'm just thinking if it appears that where we're going is utterly surrounded. It may, personally, I think I'd stand a rather better chance of charming my way through a bunch of brigands and cutthroats than whatever that thing is.
So right now, from your perspective, there seems to be creatures that are bestial in nature, but nothing horrendous from here. The creatures that you can see flying around inside, they seem very much like protectors, fighting back against brigands, fighting back against the scoundrels.
Although, maybe those strange snakes worth talking.
There is, from this perspective, a smaller camp to the south. If you adventure through the sands a bit, just to bypass one of the camps, there's a much smaller camp at the towards the down here.
It'd be worth getting closer to for a better look, anyway.
Mm-hmm. So do you just want to continue on? Having drank in the sight of this, the outer layers of what this is, it's very difficult to see beyond like the outside of this. The column of dust and rocks and creatures coming in and out of that like haze makes it very difficult to see what's within, but what is within is large, like bigger than a town size. Like it is enormous inside there, and whatever's obscured in there, it makes sense that these bandits might think that there's something in there that they could take, because it has to be big enough to be something. So
did you say it's the size of the area is like the size of a small town?
Yeah, from here it is enormous.
Okay.
You can see quite clearly based on like the size of the camps that people have set up.
Mm-hmm.
They're not like taking up like a whole side. Like say let me just give it a draw shape tool and put it over here. Say like that's the size of the thing. Obviously not to the map scale.
Yeah.
The camps that are set up that you can see are probably like that there. And there's like
So it would be possible to completely skirt them.
Yeah, if you were to travel either the whole way past like here along the top and then coming like that, or the other camp you seen was about here, and then the smaller camp is down here. So you could circumvent like this camp by going along the mountains still and then come down, or you can come across the sands and come in here somewhere in between the two camps. You could come to the smaller camp. You could like go across the sands down here and come across from the bottom. There's no set approach. You can come from whatever way you wish and approach whichever group you wish. Avoid groups altogether. Deal with the beasts, whatever it is that you wish to do.
But what are the chances that there's more camps on around?
Make an intelligence, straight intelligence check.
Also, apologies if you heard any noise. I was like just playing with something. I thought my mic was muted.
No, it's fine.
Straight intelligence. Smart.
As far as you can see, the bandits that are here are very spread out. You're not sure whether they're different bandits, whether they're bandits of the same group trying different places. It's impossible to piece together the puzzle.
Alrighty.
So you have options as to your approach path. And obviously, Ans and Redstream are looking at you as if to say, well, because as Ans said, the younger generation is taking the lead on this.
We should probably stay in the mountains as long as we can and skirt along. That way, we're still off the sands. So when any disturbances cause the worms to arrive, we will be able to avoid, and we'll be able to get kind of a better view of the rest of the north-facing side and at least some of the east side.
With your passive perception, you're able to see the worm tunnels are very far away from here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the worm tunnels are quite a ways back. Like where your position is on the map with the green X is where Lithbarad is.
Yeah.
There does, like, if you draw a straight vertical line to the south, there doesn't seem to be anything past Lithbarad, and you're a couple of hours away already from there.
Okay.
Did you say, Stevie, there was a small-ish camp of them?
Yes, this one that would be here. which would be considered around this part of the bottom corner.
Yeah, southwest.
Yes.
So, what if perhaps we crept down and ambush that camp, and then Cass could talk, and if that doesn't work, we can rid the whole of some of the bad guys and then continue on our way.
Could I ask Mage Redstream if she's able to make us invisible?
I can make some people invisible.
I can make more people invisible.
I would be burning through a lot of spells to make the group of us invisible, though. And invisibility really isn't all it's made out to be. Especially dealing with the sands, your movement is very telegraphed.
But Laurie's idea has certainly merit.
I agree. I think perhaps given the smaller camp, they might be more open to discourse, and if they're not, they might be more readily killed.
And almost all of us have ranged attacks of some description, so we could make it seem like there are a lot more of us if they give you too much trouble, and then we can just handle anything that happens from there. We don't all have to get really close to begin the ambush. Negotiations. She looks at Cass to see if she's getting this right with the phrasing.
Yes, yeah. Always negotiate from a position of strength.
Tiki? Bernard? Walkies?
Bark.
Bark.
I can do the strength thing. Show strength thing. Position of strength, I'm good at that. Not so much I can shoot things as well from range, but...
Cass, perhaps you would like to use your harp and talk to the god, if we're close enough now. He did say he would talk to you again whenever you were in there, Cordfell.
I think he meant for us to get a little closer, but I'll play a fucking diddly diddly on it.
Smoke on the
Was
wall.
after all.
The notes ring out, and they have a crispness to them that you haven't heard from most other harps. This one plays a lot better than really any that you've ever seen or heard, and
Hello, is it me you're looking for?
beyond the sound, the entrancing sound, there's really not much that goes on.
No.
Short answer, no. That's fine.
You know, in my games, I think that's going to be the verbal component of Wall of Force.
What?
Anyway,
Wonderwall?
here's Wonderwall.
Oh, God.
You've already been warned. It definitely is.
Super glad I just took that spell. Yeah, beyond the standard playing,
God.
you feel no contact with Coralon yet.
Okay.
So Marquess is like playing pretty things and being slightly odd. Can I with Tiki start like scouting to figure out like the best approach that we can kind of go at to get a good vantage? Because I don't think we're gonna get sent in to do any speaking. So
yeah,
Fine.
you can roll survival, perception. You can do so with advantage.
Well, I'm good at perception.
Yeah.
Oh, pretty.
And roll me a survival as well.
Yep.
Yeah, so the general layout is very... It's unsatisfying in terms of tactical approach. There are dunes that you could hide behind, but you would almost immediately give up your position where you just start attacking. There's the possibility of preparing yourself and burying, down into the sand a little bit so that you're bunkered in. But other than that, it's
Are
a
there,
very.
like, 2 positions, so we could do it like snipers. So it's a case of they'll know where the shots are coming from, but there are like 2 different directions.
Yeah, there's a lot of like up and down a little bit farther out from the camp, but the camp is chosen an area of flat land, so you could attack from a distance.
They show us where they put their camp.
But are we just flat out attacking, or are we see if they're hostile first?
Well, you can walk in with your shiny sword, and then we'll see.
Okay.
I think the plan is attempt to converse with these bandits, and should it go well, there's no need for combat. But should you find yourself in dire straits, there are multitudes of backup available.
Or should it be very clear they're very bad people?
By whose standard, Laurie? By yours or by some others?
I'm
By
an
the
excellent
standards
judge
the
of character.
Order of the Unicorn.
Okay, well then, Laurie, you're definitely part of the assault force and not the talk force. Perhaps we send a smaller group of people in and see whether or not they respond well. If they don't, we can launch an attack then.
I'm okay with that. I'll happily go.
Should I go then as well? Because I could shoot things from afar, but I'm better up close.
We could also use maybe out of your physical presence. If things get out of hand, we can intimidate them into not fighting.
The only problem with that, Tiki, is a lot of people. She kind of is trying to find a nice way of saying you're a dragonborn. This might not go well, purely on that basis. People are mean, Tiki.
Well, I know that.
And we can run really fast. Even on sand, I'm sure.
Can you make me invisible? I ask.
Oh,
Interesting.
Tiki.
What the? For now, not just. This is not therapy.
Yes, I could.
Just in case.
I don't think it's that big a concern. These people are not isolated or sheltered, quite like the people from our small little town. They've probably seen a dragonborn before.
I'll behave.
Hopefully,
back,
hopefully not.
I'll be menacing and silent, and then when things inevitably go wrong, because they always do, then I'll smash.
Tiki smash.
I'm fairly sure that is a different franchise, but yes.
Then perhaps we circumvent these camps and go to the smaller camp. Just cut through the sands then.
Yep.
Okay.
How long? Sorry, how long would it take us to go the whole way around this area?
You're looking at an overnight trip. If this is the hour that you're this far out, to get the whole way down is probably going to take you to dinner time, late evening. If you were to go because you're looking to go through the sands, it's probably going to be about late evening.
Right.
If you were to try and get to the south of the column, it could probably take you to nightfall.
Right.
The whole way around to the east, you're probably going to arrive in the morning.
Would it be worth waiting until the morning, so we can actually see a bit clearer what's going on?
It's still midday.
Oh, it's midday. Sorry, I thought you said it was dinner time in the mountains. My bad.
No. By the time you, if you take the mountain path, you'll probably be arriving late dinner time to
Right.
the area.
Right. Okay.
But if you're cutting through the sand, it's going to be more evening than that.
All right. Ignore that then. Let's not rest.
So who's going to lead the way?
Guesses.
Yeah, I guess
Laura's
I-
just like looking at Cass. I realise none of you can see me, so there's no point in turning my head dramatically.
Then I'll require a survival check.
Onward.
Oh no.
Oh, where's
Well,
Can
And
Bernard
then
grant us
I want to
advantage?
kind of scout around. So
Oh
I can
my
get
God.
to a good snipey.
I have got almost every skill with proficiency apart, but I've not got survival.
Oh, from all of us. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
Can Bernard help? Yeah. Can you give us advantage?
Uh,
Because he's.
Well, the check's primarily for Casimir, who's leading.
Oh,
But
okay. fair enough.
Laurie said, yeah. Laurie's
Okay.
scouting as well.
Look, walking behind me, whispering. I was like, no, left.
You do fine on your own, really. Once you step into the sands and begin to make your way just south, it's very quickly apparent if you were a bit further from the mountain range, you could get lost very easily. With no landmarks around, it's very easy to get turned around, but
Yeah.
the mountains behind you serve as a reference, and the column is ever present. You know to keep the column on your left hand side, and you're making your way down towards the bottom end, the southwest.
Okay.
Roll me. Morgan, roll me a D12. Just a flat D12.
I swear, if I get heat exhaustion.
I had considered it, but now I am. Okay, 6. Let me see. And where's my...
Why are you being quiet, buddy?
I was just rolling and reading.
Oh.
You know, just standard safe things that have nothing for you to worry about.
Of course, yeah.
You continue on. There doesn't seem to be much in the way of creatures or bandits this far out.
Definitely nothing poisonous in your shoe.
Nothing poisonous. I would, but I didn't. There doesn't seem to be much going on. It's definitely hard going in the desert. It essentially acts as difficult terrain for now. Your speed is essentially halved for travel, and it is draining your supplies on water very quickly. You can see why this big long trek across the desert is a complete nightmare, and also why Redstream did not want to walk through the desert at all after having walked. If she had to walk the start from Okama to Lithbarad, this would be, like you said, exhausting. But as you continue walking, the column on your left begins to draw even with you, and then you're almost at a point where you're pretty sure, Cass, and with Laurie's aid, that now is the time to just give it an about turn and head east, because you'll probably be around where the camp is. It's still too difficult to see like the ground where it is because of like the wave rise and fall nature of the land here, but you're roughly about where you think you might run into them.
I'll signal that way with my staff.
So you're continuing on?
Yep.
Okay. For the view from here, It is a monolithic structure in terms of its size and the nature of how slowly it moves, and the column ascends as high as you can see, just directly into the sky, directly into the above where the cloud line would be if there was one. And its sheer width from this close, you do see, like, as you look across, it would take a long time to walk to the other side, and it makes you feel very small here. The general sort of atmosphere is quiet. You can hear as you approach very little from the camp. Do you want to begin to move stealthily as you begin to approach, or would you like to make your way into the camp just as travelers?
Now we're a bit closer. Can I get the old spyglass out and have another look?
Give me a perception check. From here, it looks like there are 2 tents at best. This is the smallest encampment that there is, and as you look towards the north a little bit, you've actually bypassed the camp you were aiming for and have shot to an even smaller camp. This looks like 2 men who are arguing about something back and forth, and they seem very erratic in the way that they're moving and the way that they are using their hands to like gesture. It's very strange. It's not anything you've seen locally in terms of like the way that people communicate within a culture.
Are they speaking at all, or just using their hands?
They're speaking, but their backs are to you and they're facing forward towards the, like, looking up at the column.
Are they like, is it a sort of prayer then, maybe, or is it, because obviously if you're saying it's not something they like,
make a religion check.
Oh yeah, I'm a cleric, that's right. I might be good at this.
Oh, well, I'm a cleric. That's
Nope.
So you're trying to run down the different faiths, the different rituals and prayers, and nothing in your mind sticks out as something that would be so odd. The movement is very stilted, and like their arms, like they'll have one arm up and one arm down, and then like they'll point at something and then their other hand will like point somewhere else, and it's like it makes very little sense as to what they're doing. It's not something that you've seen ever.
Okay.
Right. Would I know? Is it some kind of dance?
Make a check? History, performance, if you wish. In terms
obviously
of,
I wouldn't want performance because my performance is ludicrous.
Only if you are willing to ludicrously mimic what you're seeing in terms of like, is this like a step to a dance or something? And you look like a total moron.
I'll just be doing it as well to show everybody else like what's going on there, so everybody can see they're sort of doing this, and I'll.
For everyone else, it looks like Cass has lost his fucking mind.
Yes.
Laurie,
Plus 11.
Yes, he's got plus 11.
Yes.
Can I cast Cure Wounds on Cass, because clearly he has demons inside him? I don't want to waste my spell slots on him. It's not that important. But is this heat stroke?
Make a medicine check.
Is he sick?
Can I scan the camp to see if someone's put a charm or something on Cass and is puppeting him or something?
Sure.
Because I'm like in the distance. I have no idea what's going on. So investigation, I guess.
Yeah.
I'm just thinking of Rob Harris on the wobble board.
Well, he's not exactly blasting out fucking two little boys, which takes on a whole
Jesus,
different
Steve.
meaning. Hey, look, I choose my words very carefully, and that's exactly what I wanted to say. It is a song of his, but you know what? No, he's not using the fucking wobble board. It is not a fucking strange. No, he is not. He is not heat stroked in any way. It is not a madness. It just resembles madness.
I'll stop. I'll calmly stop doing it. But that's what they're doing. I'm just trying to make sense of it. Clearly, there's no chance of that.
Yeah, Redstream just said, "Did you make sense of it?"
No.
Well, I'll forever remember this image of you doing that dance.
Oh, we won't forget it either.
Oh, I pray that you don't.
I was trying for the last 5 minutes.
I'm sorry, Tiki, this is not the sort of sight that just goes away. But, having said that, it's unfamiliar to me. Perhaps it's just two madmen.
Well, let's go and get a closer look.
Tiki, can you go along? I don't know if I trust how odd that is.
Can I what?
Can you go along with Casimir and just make sure that it doesn't get,
Yeah,
I
of
don't
course.
know,
I was
eaten
planning
or
on doing.
something? I don't know.
If he does weird things again, I'll just knock him over the head and bring him back.
That should be your go-to pretty much all the time.
It is.
I appreciate that.
Thank.
So who's approaching and who's hanging back?
I'm approaching.
Me too.
I'm happy to stay here, but can I just ask that like Cass hasn't turned towards us so I can read their lips from afar?
Yeah, I'll hand you my spyglass too.
Okay, yeah. Just in case things kind of get a bit hairy and then I'll know what's going on.
Although we do have the rings.
Oh yeah, I'll just hear to that. Even better. That's fine. Never mind then.
Look it up. Yeah, I guess we'll march on down.
He.
Who
All
has
right.
the third ring at the moment, by the way?
I still have one, I think.
Okay.
Morgan,
Yeah, me, Cass, and
Tess,
Tiki.
and Tiki have the rings.
That's cool.
I think it's in theory it's the 3 different range sets because like Cass is going to be long range, Tiki will be melee, and I'll be kind of somewhere in between.
It's also because Cass refuses to take it off.
Well, also this.
Because
So,
it likes to broadcast a fucking amateur radio of his thoughts at all times.
as you approach the camp, let me just swap. Hopefully, you can see 2 tents.
Yes, sir.
Two fellas around here yet.
Mhm.
Yep.
I don't know if I can make the thing. I sure can. So you got this fella, and you've got that fella,
Old Shady McGee.
Shady McGee, and they're standing with their backs turned, and they don't sense the approach of whoever it is that's approaching. So, if you move yourself to about here, if you're the ones approaching, and move yourself to about here if you're the party that's staying behind.
And then where would be good for Laurie to be?
That's up to you, I think.
I guess like over here, then I'm semi-obscured by whatever the hell this is.
Yeah. Now we're going to bring about Anne's out. And these two will be back in the back party as well. And as you approach,
Fucking that. That icon for the dog.
yeah,
Really? You're still not used to it?
it
just so
truly is
beautiful.
the best.
Good boy.
So, I like stealth checks from the back line. That'll be Margaret, Calissa, and Laurie, and then the other two. And I'll just check what Calissa is up to.
Mate,
in
I'm so
terms
stealthy.
of- I believe it.
I'm at disadvantage. Oh, it doesn't make a difference. Because chainmail's with disadvantage, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I got it around my notes. Disadvantage on stealth.
Oh man, Calissa would have totally talked him too if she was here.
I
Because
think
they're
so.
in this some weird ritual dance. You guarantee she's going to make them praise her instead.
They might still yet. So can I get perception checks from Casimir and Tiki? And Margaret because of the ring.
Yeah, that's just what they ask. Perfect. Thank you.
Always thinking me. So Tiki, you're able to pick out the two of them. They appear to be talking in a very odd way, not a language that you're familiar with. And Morgan, as you're paying attention, you two don't really pick out what language it is. However, Morgan, something catches your eye, and that is in one of the tents. There appears to be another humanoid who is currently bound and appears to be tied up to one of the posts inside the tent on the left-hand side.
Okay, so I assume that the tents are facing us, yeah?
No, you can just get a clip of just a little bit of a glimpse of him, but it's kind of like you have to like lean to the side or move to the side to see it.
Okay. Yeah, I'll just kind of inform the others over the ring as well, just to kind of be careful. There seems to be another person in that tent, but he may be bound.
I'll raise an eyebrow. Not that you can see that.
Knowing Cass, I'll say not like that before he even raises the eyebrow.
Well, no, you get to see an ever so slight more of field of vision from through his eyes.
But you
Because
can
as he
see
raises his
that
eyebrows, eye
Tiki's
opens up a
ring.
bit more.
I'll just.
I'm gonna look towards the tents. In fact, I'm gonna get my spyglass out and have a really
Margaret
close.
has it.
Yeah. Sorry?
Margaret has your spyglass.
Oh no, because we said never mind because
Oh,
it
okay.
was,
Getting a good old scope of his leg.
so
Yeah. So
how's this guy look? Just standing like fucking 14 feet away from him with a spyglass.
Okay, so you're having a gander into the tent to see what the guy looks like.
Yeah.
What does the guy look like?
Shall I just put the token up?
Yes,
You see a wee
I
bit
just
of
need to
leg,
change it.
that's fine.
bit of leg underneath a horsehair robe.
Yeah, because in this situation, it wouldn't be the disguise mode token.
Well, I think it could be actually because of the way that things will have worked out.
Okay, I'll put the disguise mode one up.
Here, I've got it
Which
here
one, left or
already.
right?
I've got the disguise mode token out here. I just need to get into the GM layer.
I've done it. Oh, okay.
Jesus Christ, you don't make it easy to trust you.
So
Straight out of Compton.
that is
Yeah,
what you see.
I'll be honest, Mol, if I seen this, I would assume that they're the good guys.
Yeah, right? Kill it with fire.
I
Yeah,
would assume that I'm suddenly in a Dark Souls game.
straight out of Destiny.
My character has a reason for it.
Mm-hmm. It's
See if you
It's
look
Darth
up
Vader.
to tell us.
I wouldn't get as far as asking him.
Maybe he is pointing that way, actually. It's a gimp mask.
Like Voldo from Soulblade.
But yeah, you managed to pick that out roughly. What other features based on other than just the face would in terms of like approximate size, like
Average human.
just in general then someone bound very much against the will.
The average height of one of you humans.
Hello, fellow humans.
Hello, fleshlings. I am one of you.
Yeah, that's the kind of vibe you get from it. But it is someone very much bound, and these two are yammering away and still moving weirdly. Actually, Morgan, I'll give you a little bit more based on your perception. The right tent appears to have what looks like blood spilling out from underneath the tent, staining some of the sand, but only a little bit.
Like, more than nosebleed, but less than death, kind of thing, you know?
No, like butchered, like fucking...
Okay, sleeping all over the place, yeah. Alright.
Yeah, like enough to like stain a small ring around the bottom end of the tent.
And this tent we can't see in.
No, the tent has got its entrance facing the wall, the column.
Okay.
And from here, the column is legitimately not far beyond the confines of this map. To the north of the map, like true sort of that way is the... So technically everything is really facing this way, but I'll be fucked if I'm doing that.
Alright. I'll let the guys both know that there might be fuckery afoot, and point out that there's blood sleeping underneath one of the tents. And
how do you think we should proceed?
Carefully. But I also kind of want to... I'll let them go ahead, but I want to kind of like come up behind them. Just not too close. Like, I don't want to be as far away from them. I want to be able to react instantly if some fuckery is afoot.
Well, I suppose we should announce our presence.
We could say hello. That's what we're here for.
Greetings! I'll shout.
The second you make like the sound to shout, they pause midway through movement, and both of them very quickly like turn and look over the shoulder.
I'll fix it with my most charming smile.
And they stop what they're doing, they straighten up and they look back, and they give a wave back. They say, "Hello, strange to see other people down here."
I found myself out for a stroll and thought, what on earth is that thing? I'll gesture at the column.
Yeah, as you gesture, they like look back towards it and they look back. Yes, odd. We thought perhaps something we could dig into.
Oh, I see. Couldn't help but notice you have a strange man?
Yes, perhaps you should forget about that. It's not something
I'll
you
be
need
honest,
to concern yourself with.
It looks rather frightening. I'm not sure I will be able to forget it. But what brings other than digging. I'm sorry. I find myself just curious. I'll mimic the dance thing that we're doing. And what is this?
It would take more time than we have to explain. But you're right, there's more than just digging, indeed. This is a place of great power. A place of great divine power, as we've come to find. And we were hoping we could harness the power for ourselves. Not unlike these cretins to the north. They chased us
dancing?
off.
See, so like some sort of pilgrimage.
That would be the wrong word.
I thought it might be the wrong word, but I was hoping it'd be the right one.
Unfortunately, no. Now, I hope you're not going to interrupt. We are not keen on visitors. Not to be impolite.
Oh, no, of course not.
No.
I suppose I'll be on my way, then.
Now, will you be on your way? Indeed. What about your friends? Will they be on their way too?
Me?
No, not you. I'm talking about the ones back in the sand. The ones that are flanking very clearly.
Well, your dance was really, really strange, so...
Yes, it was a little alarming.
Well, that's indeed understandable. But I see that you've mimicked it very well.
That's only because I'm a phenomenal dancer.
I don't like that the dance might go into the world. I don't like that you know it, though.
What is it? What is the... Why? What's the... goal of this dance? Because if it's a mating ritual, you're in the wrong place.
Or the right place. I mean...
Oh, Cass.
I raise an eyebrow this time at Kiss.
All I'm saying is, that
Really?
gentleman over there looks quite tightly bound.
I don't know why that's interesting.
Oh,
And
why
Tiki
it's
really
not-
doesn't.
I'm so glad I'm out in the desert right now.
Burying your head.
Do they look all disarmed?
They do look disarmed.
So, look, gentlemen, I've no real interest in what you're doing here. We were simply curious. What you do in your tents is entirely your business. We just wanted to make sure that you weren't,
Evil cultists?
mental. When we approached and said hello, you didn't immediately try to attack us. As you can tell, I'm no great fighter.
He
Much
really
too-
isn't.
Much too waifish and pretty. But, so while I might not be a threatening visage to look upon, I'm usually able to, make friends fairly easily, and I'm, not exactly an imposing figure like my friend here.
Hi. I wave.
So we thought we'd hang back. My friend Tiki here would, come with me so you'd know that...
Eddie
That-
can't have him tied up. I mean,
Yes.
I guess he would like it, but that's something to talk
That's
about later.
neither here nor there. And obviously, I wanted to be the one doing the talking, so that you'd know that I wasn't a threat. Oh, we thought about it all quite through before coming over, because we didn't want to,
Just didn't
Get
work
ya.
very well, did it?
get your heckles up. So yes, but basically we thought we'd hide everybody out of the way, so you wouldn't be alarmed. Obviously that's gone tits up, but I really do want nothing to do with whatever you're up to. I'm quite adept at forgetting dance moves. I prefer to freestyle anyway.
Andy,
Yes.
at this point, inside your head, in a slightly panicked kind of voice, you hear, "Be careful. They're not what they seem. They're very powerful and very fickle."
I'll pass that along through the rings as well.
So as you hear that voice,
I might just go, look, come on out, come on, and I'll start waving everybody over. So, look, we mean no harm. I'm trying to get everybody closer.
yeah. So,
but in a way that I'm trying to deceive them into thinking that it's like, look, all cards on the table.
make a deception check. Yeah, they can't beat that. Very well put together. And based on what you just said, you're able to execute this flawlessly with no hint of deception.
Excellent.
So yeah, the as you guys approach, the voice that just rang out in your head and warned you, and there doesn't seem to be any look as if either of them had just done anything. You can probably piece together that it's the monster in the fucking tent with the mask who's speaking to you right now.
Yeah, I'd imagine so.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, can I also insight check that?
Yeah,
I'm
you
realizing
can.
I just took that on faith.
Mm-hmm.
This is those voices in your head again.
Now, do I roll deception just to fuck with him?
I don't think so. No. It's
I'm telling the truth.
yeah, it's truth. It is panicked and very
Actually,
urgent.
the panic might be a little over-exaggerated. The panic's there, but it probably came across deliberately more so.
Got you. Okay.
Yeah, but I don't consider that deception. There's emphasis.
Emphasis, yeah.
So at that point, they've dropped all pretense of like any of the movements they were doing, and they're just standing now and look around and say, "Well, yes, that is all of you, at the very least. Sorry, it's so rude of us not to introduce ourselves. My name is the one on the left, the one without the hood. He says, my name is Baraxis, and this is my friend Velxer.
I am.
Go ahead.
Oh, so sorry. Sorry, you
No,
saying something.
they. If you speak when they are quite polite and stop talking.
Nope. I'm Kesavi.
Tiki.
I'll go in and just everybody. This is Laurie, Morgan, and oh shit, what's Red Streamer's name again? Got it written down.
Millicent.
Mage. Yeah.
Can
Oh,
I
yeah, Millicent.
insight them? Because I was told these guys were shady, so
Yep.
I'm like looking, see if they're gonna reach for daggers or shenanigans. Got that. 13.
I would say I will grant advantage because you're specifically knowing that they're shady. Any attempt to hide that is going to be a disadvantage, but because you're not, it's not like an active deception, it's you looking, I'd say that probably translates to advantage. They are just two normal men. They're not particularly strong. They don't look like spellcasters either. They don't seem to carry any pouch, any thing that would indicate that they cast spells.
Is there anything to indicate that this might be an illusion?
Make an intelligence check. Straight up intelligence check. As the thought occurs to you, very swiftly you are able to tell that they are indeed an illusion.
And am I able to discern anything further than that? Anything that their true nature?
Not particularly, no. Just that they are an illusion.
I'll pass that along as well. Via the rings. And so before we go traipsing off into yet more camps and getting ourselves into the sticky situation, what can you tell us of these men to the north? Should we stay clear?
Yeah.
How is it that they came to drive
you? Horrid folk. They wouldn't listen. We had to fight them, and then we had to run. They're not keen on following, especially not in the desert. So we set up here, and we intend to find a way through this barricade before they do.
They're also trying to get to the column.
Yes, they're trying to break through the force field.
When you say they wouldn't listen, what do you mean?
Well, we tried to tell them that perhaps it was in their best interest to not bother and let us do it. And normally people understand. We're quite the adventurers ourselves.
No doubt.
But they didn't seem keen to listen. Their force was many. We had a small scuffle, but we were lucky to escape. We came down here. I would advise that you avoid them.
Could I push up and say and say I can see that there's blood coming out from under one of the tents? Are any of you injured? Would you I'm a cleric, I can help.
Thank you, but no. There's no injured party here. That's just some food, some meat that we had managed to hunt and capture, and had just started with the process of separating the meat. We haven't cooked yet, as you can see. There's clearly no campfire, by the way. We haven't started to cook, so...
Can I insight that?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I don't imagine it being terribly...
They are telling the truth. That is something that they have, a creature that they've captured and intend to eat, and started the butchering process.
Oh, a cannibal. Oh, that's... So that other person in the tent, is he also to be eaten?
God, no. That is a horrific thought. Tell me that's not something that you would consider. We do not deal with people like that.
Can I look at their campfire? Is there any any remnants of what they cooked before?
No, there's no campfire yet.
Oh, there's none at all, right? Okay.
Yeah, there's no campfire yet.
While they're talking to Morgan, can I wander a little bit closer, just sort of absently over to this side and try and use Mage Hand to surreptitiously lift the corner of that tent and have a look at see what's inside?
Make a sleight of hand check. Where's my die? Oh, I rolled a 19.
Shit.
And they do not see.
Oh, good.
As you lift with a mage hand, they're too distracted by Morgan stepping forward, and they're kind of alarmed at Morgan's idea that a person was for eating. And as you lift it up, you see there's what looks like a large hind of an animal. It's pure white with a white tail, but you can't see much more than that. It looks big though.
I'm going to say no, of course not. It's just that we passed through, we passed that camp up above in the north, and they didn't look like the most savoury of folk. So we needed to make absolutely sure.
Well, now, it is a strange position you put us in, folks. I'm not keen on letting you leave here, to be perfectly honest. After you've seen our dance, after you've seen our movements, after you know that we're here, you could send people to us. I'm not keen.
For dancing?
It is a lovely dance.
If you're not doing anything wrong, then why would it matter?
Can I copy their dance as well?
You can try, give me a performance check.
Like almost sarcastically. I want to do it like overtly bad.
Yeah,
Just
make
like,
a performance check.
No
Can
problem.
Barnard start move here?
Can I just moonwalk across the sand at them? Like,
Yeah, you do the dance terribly.
Oh
Yes,
my. Usually I'm the one with the foot. I mean, that's clearly not one of the moves. Should take it out.
As you're doing that, you see their brows furrow and they seem more annoyed.
So, I see where this is going. Well, gentlemen, I'll draw my sword. Shall we dance?
In that case, then yes, we will need an initiative roll.
that hurt me. That hurt me.
Couldn't help it.
Oh god. I was trying to like just Ace Ventura the dance at them. I do get advantage on initiative, so I'll roll again, but
Yeah,
likelihood to beat that's kind of slim.
I mean,
Me too.
Yeah, I'll take the 21.
might that not add to your thing, but so a 9. You have advantage on initiative.
I do, yeah.
So roll again. Okay.
Wee bit.
And
Barnard.
let me get this. I'm gonna give an initiative roll from you as well, Mo. Although Mo might be still putting Pop to bed, but Mo's already bound anyway, so we'll leave that at 0 initiative. And let's order by descending. First up is Morgan.
Alrighty. I shall. Like, I know they're illusions, right?
Yes.
Um,
Well, you know that there is illusory magic.
okay.
What did I miss?
So,
I need an initiative roll from you.
What did you guys do?
just chatted briefly. In that case, I'll use, I suppose, Sacred Flame on this guy on the left. For want of a better target. This may have actually powered up. Let me just check that, because I'm obviously level 5 now, so I may have just not upgraded it. 2d8, no, that's right, never mind.
Ooh, that's not bad.
Oh shit, I've got Dispel Magic. I should have done that.
Yeah, you can still. Grand.
So I'm really sorry. I had someone message me something really important. Why are we fighting them now? I mean,
You got
I'm
angry.
on board, but why are we fighting them now?
Oh.
They didn't appreciate my version of the dance.
They
Alright.
they were worried and unsure about letting people leave now because they know their dance, they know their like the movements required, and then Morgan decided that he would do their dance mockingly, and they were not very keen, and Casimir realized that furrowed brow, like feet dug in, looked more like the start of a fight, and he began it with a lovely line.
It was kind of mocking, so that yeah, we definitely totally know what your dance looks like. It looks like this, and then did like a really terrible version of it. So it's like, yeah, we have no fucking clue what that is. But
All
yeah.
right, that's not how I read that situation.
All right, sorry, no, I wasn't trying to.
I thought you were just like being a dick to them.
No, I wasn't trying to be a dick. It was
No.
like kind of, yeah, we have no clue what it looks like.
So Laura will go after Morgan this time, but yeah. So also
Yeah.
plus
That was
8
my
the
fault.
initiative.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so you're doing a Sacred Flame against which one?
Lefty.
The Sacred Flame
Hooded.
erupts from underneath the hooded figure and completely engulfs him as he like writhes in pain as the fire consumes him briefly.
Hmm.
And
So there were just two guys.
what
I'll
anything
not
else?
use a bonus yet. No, I don't want to use a bonus yet.
Alright, Laurie, you're up.
Since I've already got my bow out, I'm just gonna hit this dude over here with my bow.
Alright.
Doo-doo-doo. Just regular.
That hits as you fire the arrow, and it hits into the man's chest, and it sticks into the chest. You hear him like cough, and a bit of blood come out of his mouth. But he's still standing.
Okay.
All right,
Can
Casimir.
I?
Oh, sorry.
Sorry, I was
Yep.
gonna say, could I throw a smite on that?
Yes,
Or the
you
Vine
could.
Smite?
If you want to, you do know. I think would Laurie know that they're an illusion or
No, she has no
illusory?
idea.
Yeah, she has no
No.
idea.
No one's
Okay.
told her.
Yeah, go ahead.
Alright, I'll just say smite because I don't seem to have divine smite powered up. So that's 8 points of radiant damage. She might figure it out eventually, but she has no idea. No one's told her.
Yeah. So as the bolt hits, the piercing of radiant damage blasts through the bolt and into through the arrow. Sorry, not a bolt, and into the body, and you can see him convulse as he's hit. But he's still standing. Casimir, you're up.
Was the one on the left we're attacking?
Well, both have been
I just hit
attacked,
the one
but
on the right.
you can see still that they are there's illusory magic going on, and their actions are almost overacted.
Right. Well, first thing, I'm going to dash off. Well, not dash. I'm going to run off to this the side. 30 feet. I'm trying to move towards Mole. So that I can try and get him untied. But when I get that far, I'm going to cast a spell magic. So I've got a better idea what it is we're dealing with here.
Okay, so which one are you casting it at then?
So I'm just seeing what. So just one target.
Yeah. Let me see. Actually, I don't know whether it is.
It's a 30-foot area.
One
isn't it?
creature. No, it's one creature. Or magical effect within range.
Okay. So you target the.
Target lefty.
Okay. As you cast the dispel magic, you hit the creature, and the waves of heavy arcane magic seek to unravel the magical effect of the illusion that is currently placed over them. And as you do, their form flickers, both of them. And in an instant, as the spell settles, their forms compress into two small cubes. Tiny little cubes of red, which fall and sink into the sand. And you hear a voice from what sounds like beneath the sand saying, "Oh, now You've started a fight I don't think you're ready for. You're very rude, and you know our ways. Perhaps it's time for you to disappear. And as everyone hears that, you realize you've heard it all in your head. But nothing happens. Nothing yet.
Oh, what did I say? Come on, we can beat a couple of squares. And I'm going to use that to inspire Morgan.
As you take your inspiration for sure.
Yep.
But as you say that, they say, well, the square's not really the right term. Round. Round is our aesthetic for sure. Maybe you've heard of how we look. There's nothing really square there. Perhaps we'll show you. Would you like that?
Please.
This
I
is
hope it's half as pretty as your dance.
This is certainly shaping up to be something quite interesting.
As underneath the sand, everything begins to shake. The sand begins to like loosen up and move as it rumbles a little bit. And from just behind where the cubes fell, what looks like a bit of like purplish, pinkish flesh pops up, and then one each on either side, and then both pop up, and you can see that they're in fact stalks with circular eyes on the end of them, and then one more stalk and one more stalk, and
They're
more
beholders?
stalks
Are they
and more
pink
stalks.
beholders?
And as they rise, the sand peels and folds off what is now a domed body. As
Also, I realize I'm an idiot. Laurie has like a second attack, so that's fine.
Oh, meatballs.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
as two of these creatures with stalks everywhere, heavy
dance, magic
eyes
dance.
and large toothed mouths grin and rise to stand up from underneath. And that's just
Lamb sauce.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
You know what? Tell credit where it's due. You are better looking dance.
As Valxer and Baraxis, now in their true form in front of you, stand ready. Well, float ready. Sullivan, you're currently bound and restrained.
Yeah, that doesn't stop me.
Yeah. Until
Can I
now,
see them?
Yeah. Until now, you've been aware that they are something beyond what they seem to be, and that they're exceptionally dangerous. And you've been going along with the capture pretty much as a means of preservation. But now there are people standing against what the true forms of these things are. Might be the time to do something.
Kirkland.
Okay, let's start off with something big.
Boy.
A psychic blast. Okay. Then that is an intelligence save. 16.
From both of them, yeah.
Yep. That's one fail and two fails.
Let me just make sure that there's nothing else in there. No, it's straight damage.
Okay. Then
Of course, you know, with that, there's no outward sign that I've done anything.
Yep.
They're just getting nosebleeds from their face holes.
Well, given that it's starting off the damage on them, there's probably no physical evidence on them whatsoever.
Just a minor shirk as they are overcome with it, but they don't.
Need paracetamol.
Yeah, they don't seem very off-put. Anything else you'd like to do?
Not for the moment, because I don't know these new people, so I maintain the charade that I'm captured still.
Mm-hmm. Bernard, it's his turn.
Just sit there and go, free me, fleshlings, I am helpless.
Bernard is going to... He can reach one of them.
Get him, Bernie.
Go for the eyes, dog.
No, but it's a big thing, and he's a tiny little wolf pup. But he's gonna try and attack this guy.
Attack the meatball.
Attack the meatball. He's very hungry.
Dinner time.
Yeah. There we go. 15.
That will miss.
Wow.
As he jumps to bite, but just falls short. So Ans will cast Bless on Tiki, Laurie, and Morgan. So whenever you make an attack roll or a saving throw, while he has concentration,
That was a misclick.
that's okay. You get to roll a d4 and add it to the number that you roll.
Nice.
And on their turn, 3 beams shoot out from Velxer, and it is a d10 that I must roll to find out which die or which beams go.
Get hit straight in the chest by a fucking disintegration ray.
Beam of fuck you. Is essentially what that is.
This dice is fucking broken. I need wisdom saves from Casimir, Tiki, and one from Mage Redstream.
My best stat. Wisdom.
It's not a bad roll.
I've definitely rolled worse.
Oh, do we add the 1d4 there as well?
You absolutely can roll add a 1d4 under that. It is a saving throw.
Well.
Hey, it's still an extra 1.
It is better than a...
Are you going to roll your bless on top of that? Oh, you're not blessed, are you, Andy?
No, I'm not.
You're not blessed. So the beholder shoots out 3 beams that head into 3 of the into 3 of you. Tiki and Redstream shake the effect very quickly, but Casimir, you've become charmed by the beast.
Uh-oh.
Until for an hour, or until the beholder damages you. However, Paraxis is going to begin his attack as 1, 2.
Is it just
Yeah.
charms?
Oh, hang on. I'm a half elf. Yeah, I'm immune to charm.
Immune to charm, is it?
Yeah.
Are you immune to charm attack, or do you just have advantage on?
Pretty sure I'm immune to.
I think you have
charm
advantage.
effect.
You're immune to being put to sleep
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
immune to sleep. Advantage on. Yeah.
on charm effect.
Is it okay?
Immune to charms a very strong effect for race
Yeah.
bait.
I was sure. I thought it was elves and half elves, or
Yeah, you can't be sent to sleep.
Yeah,
Oh,
magic can't send you to sleep. An advantage against being charmed. I'm reading it right now.
Fair enough. Then I guess I'm still charmed.
So Baraxis, just the way the rules work out, that was 3 charm rays that I rolled 3 ones in a row, and I re-rolled the duplicates and rolled another one. So fuck it.
Well, let's to be fair, charmed isn't actually that bad. It just means you can't be aggressive to that one.
yeah.
A charm ray comes out against Casimir again because of the way the rules worked.
Keep rolling.
Against Morgan, I need a what's the
Save again?
save? It is a dexterity save.
And if I refuse,
Oh.
Then you'll get your
Don't
fucking
refuse.
head kicked in.
oh
Yikes.
no!
If
I
that's a
have.
rare disintegration, you're screwed.
Hang on. I have DM inspiration, which is automatic advantage, right?
Yes.
Okay. I also have inspiration, and I have
Yes.
bless.
Yes. I would advise
Oh,
you
fuck.
use them.
Yeah. So, burning it all on one. Right, what's your? Is it 1d8, guys?
1d6.
1d6.
all right. That's 15.
Okay, and your bless.
44. Please.
Yes.
Yes.
Nice.
19.
You successfully save as a beam of pure black buzzes directly past you and just misses.
Ugh.
And I
hate the
need
Holder fights.
a strength save from Laurie.
Oh man.
I mean, I love beholder fights, but also I hate them. Strength. Can I roll my bless on that? Is it saves?
It is.
Okay, sweet. Oh. 1d4.
Seriously,
a
Stephen,
grand
2 beholders.
13.
Yep.
Be grand.
As you attempt to wear off the effect of a red beam that strikes into your chest, you feel your feet give out from under you as you're raised off the ground, and you get thrown directly at Morgan. Can I get a dex save from Morgan to dodge a flying Laurie?
Can I catch her?
You can make if you make your dex save, you can be prepared for it, and then you can make a follow-up strength save.
I did not make the save.
I mean, technically, I do have wings, so I can hopefully try and catch myself, but...
yeah, there's that.
Well, it's not that you're being thrown like out of a hand and into the air, but rather you're being dragged towards, like the motion of the motion of the throw is controlled. So you're being used as a bludgeoning weapon essentially.
Fair. I get it.
An improvised weapon.
More or less. Morgan, you take 8 points of damage as Laurie smashes into you, and Laurie, you take the same.
Aren't you glad I'm not wearing plate mail? Because that would hurt way more.
Oh, for some reason, it doesn't my max health again. It's like set at 18 instead of 91. It should be.
Yeah. I'll have to fix all the tokens. It doesn't update with level and stuff, so it's like your base token is what it's being set as. I'll fix that during the week.
Are we at max
What's
hit points? by the way?
Yes, you are.
Yeah.
I mean, for our level, we took max.
Yeah.
Okay.
Maximus.
So
Just because we're showing weird numbers, so...
that ends their turn as Casimir becomes charmed. Laurie gets thrown around, and everyone else resists or dodges the ray. It is now Mage Redstream's turn, who immediately moves to the side here and is going to cast a spell that requires a save from them. A level 3, a dexterity save. That's actually a good target for her. They have a plus. Okay, that's a fail. That's a fail. Both of them become affected by the slow spell. Their AC is reduced by 2. Their dexterity saving throws are reduced by 2. Their speed is halved, and it can't take reactions. So, yeah, you can. That is a good wisdom save target. So their AC is down. Their speed is slowed. It is Tiki's turn.
I'm gonna move my full movement of 40 feet, and I'm going to breath weapon that motherfucker. I mean, Tiki would never say that, but you know.
Alright. Con save.
DC 14.
That's a fail. That's a 13 total. That's a 10 total. That's 2 fails. As poison spews forth. And
that's 13 damage.
Yeah, so that's... Okay.
And I will also use a Storm of Fury.
That's a dex save. That's a natural 1 on a dex save.
It only takes 4, but still.
Still damage.
Yeah, is the Storm of Fury a bonus action though, or is it just happening? I think it just...
It happens at the end of your turn. It's
then
like...
as a bonus action I will rage.
Okay. Yeah, Storm of Fury is like... On your end phase, I do this in Magic. It's like the real dick thing that can't really be countered or stopped. Okay, then you're up in melee. You hit them with the Storm of Fury. Your breath weapon blows right in fucking his big gaping maw and his coughs. And Kalissa, I'm gonna assume that that's gonna be a Hex and an Eldritch Blast.
Blast him.
It seems
Sneaky
right,
blast.
doesn't it?
Yeah, it's 2 blasts per level, isn't it?
Yeah. So we will... Hex.
I think both get the Hex damage. Individually.
Yeah, they do.
And then, well, I don't know why that didn't pop up anything. It just says Hex, but Eldritch Blast, that hits. And then an Eldritch Blast, and that also definitely hits. And it's against Velxer, who is only got Bernard in range. So, what?
Plus the extra 2d6.
Yes. What does the what score do we hex?
Usually you'd Hex Strength.
Okay. Well, then we hex Strength. So they take more damage. This one is going to over here, so that is alright, and with that we bounce back to Laurie. Everyone's rolled above a 10 in initiative, so
Yay, team!
Team's doing good.
Alright, which of these assholes just red beamed me and threw me around?
That was Baraxis.
Okay, good, because he's the one I was on originally. I wanna run up, and Laurie's gonna do her best to try and cut off some of his eye stalks with her rapier of speed.
Alright.
I think I can get that far. Ugh, I can't quite get that far. That's so annoying. I can nearly get that far. Alright, can I fire a crossbow and then run up? And just get ready for next round?
Yep.
Alright, cool. So, first... Oh no, not crossbow. Oathbow.
Your Oathbow, yeah, you're not...
First, Oathbow. Not
that
one of the
hits.
Oath- And second shot... 19.
Also hits.
Okay. And then I just want to use my movement to get up there, and then bonus action just change weapons.
Okay, no problem. So Margaret, you're up. It's now your first round since you've seen the beholders.
Do I know the you can cast in front of the beholders, or
their anti-magic cone is not in effect. You can feel divine power able to be cast.
Okay.
But you don't know that beholders have like that specific ability.
Okay, fair enough.
But you don't feel any disruption to your casting currently. So
right.
if you were going to cast a spell, you definitely can.
Okay, doke. So are they're both affected by slow?
Yes.
Or just yeah. It doesn't really matter what I'm going to do. I am going to cast Blight on this one on the right.
Baraxis. Okay.
Mr. Obama.
What is the
Your
safer?
88 was much better than mine.
Constitution.
Con save, yeah.
That is a 9 + 4. He doesn't make it.
That's unfortunate.
As your Blight spell, this will be your first time casting it, yeah?
Yeah, it is.
It erupts and engulfs Baraxis, and immediately 2 of the stalks completely rot, wither, and fall off.
Can I make it look like it was someone else?
No,
absolutely fine. Whoopsie! Oh, no, it's fine.
Beast,
actually, hang on. I can't do that from here. I need to move up a little bit. Bum, bum, bum. There we go. I'll move up and do it from there. That's within 30 feet. Yeah. There you
go. So, Casimir, you're currently charmed.
Yep.
Charmed and charming.
Obviously. Not enough, though. Let's see. Hang on. Can I attack the one that I'm not? That hasn't got my charm?
Baraxis.
In that case, that's what I'll do. I'll continue moving. Moving to the left. Sorry, I've lost the tab. There it is. Continue moving this away. Towards the tent. I think. And as I get closer, I'll ignite. And fire. Scorching rays at this guy.
No problem. Fire away. So you're hitting your Scorching Ray is going to do this guy.
Yep, I'm casting him at 3rd level.
Okay. This is going to be a lot of damage.
Okay.
That hits.
First one.
Sorry.
So I'll cast them all first. First one.
Hits.
Second one. Third one.
Then 2 misses.
Fucking shite. That's not.
And then you have how much extra d6 for?
Oh yeah, shit. Hang on, yeah. Let's see.
Because you're casting at a 3rd level, does that increase his damage, I assume?
It certainly does. I've just lost my character sheet.
Scorching Ray, you deal an extra ray, so you actually get to fire another one.
Oh sweet, okay.
And
is this another big whiff?
Yeah, that's another big whiff. So you also have an extra d6 of damage from your ignite.
Oh, it's not even. It's just an extra 5. Straight 5. So that's 17 damage.
Okay.
From my...
That absolutely does.
Andy, I'm about to make a god out of you, hopefully.
Here's something.
That's an interesting come on.
Just make me hit make me hit more.
I thought you were saying make me Hitler there. I was like, that's a questionable choice.
I heard that too, and
make me Hitler.
God,
Not-
you Austrians
not
think
far to
everything
go.
revolves around you.
I didn't say a thing. I didn't say a thing. I just raised my right arm. No, never mind. Fuck, this is
Somewhere
in stream.
Yvonne is crying.
Anything else you want to do in your turn?
Nope. Just fucking. I'll use shit. What's that called? I'll use mocking words on myself, chastising myself for missing so badly.
That's fair enough. Alright, Sullivan.
Vicious mockery. That's it.
Okay. Immediately following him hitting Baraxis with the Scorching Ray to make it look like it was all part of Andy's spell,
Combustion. Alright.
Oh shit.
Con save DC 16. That does not make it.
so that's 41 points of fire damage and he's set on fire.
So yeah, exactly as your Scorching Ray hits, it takes a second, and then boof, the beholder ignites and becomes set on fire. Is there a fire icon in here?
Hey,
Like I said, I'm making a god out of you.
That seems
Right.
fine.
So, right, I would realise that wasn't me, correct?
Yes.
Um,
He stares down at his hands.
now, can I
Well, it just did a hell of a lot more fire than you're normally capable of.
Yeah, I would like to use deception to try and take credit for it anyway.
Yeah,
Oh, it's not convincing. I was like, oh.
Yeah.
I think he'd have advantage given that he's the only one people know can use fire.
Yeah, I'd say so. Also, there's been no movement by anyone else, so yeah, I would say, given that you just hit fire and then fire went, it's a logical step. Alright, anything else you want to do before the turn ends?
No, that's me.
No, it's Sullivan.
Oh shit.
No, I'm still waiting to be freed. As far as anybody's concerned, I'm tied up in this thing just looking at the beholders.
Alright, Bernard.
It's one of the reasons I love Mystics, is that you don't have semantic or verbal or material components. It's just all with the power of your mind.
He's gonna move around a little. And then bite.
That hits. Alright.
I'm
Bernard
guessing
gets a good piece of it, and
prone is not a thing.
no, they're immune to prone.
Yeah.
But the bite certainly works, as
Good.
Velxer is starting to get his share as well. Everyone seems to be bashing Baraxis. Alright, it will be our dragon friend's turn, and he will just dash. He will go, yeah, straight up to here and prepare a spell for the next turn. But it is now the beholder's turn. Let's see what we get. They move to make attacks. First of all, against Tiki, I need you to make a strength saving throw. A beam of red hits you and you shrug it off with little to no issue.
Bitches.
I need Morgan to make a wisdom saving throw. Do you want to use your bless?
I'm sorry, I'm muted. I'm sitting chatting away here, John.
Yeah.
15.
Uh,
so yeah, I'm gonna bless myself.
A yellow beam strikes you in the chest, and you're filled with fear at the presence of this monstrosity. You're now frightened of Velxer on the left-hand side.
Okay.
And... Ooh. I need a dexterity saving throw from Laurie.
Okay, Bucky. Is Bless still up?
It is.
Yay. I keep thinking I'm Anna and keep going, oh, can I have advantage? 13.
A sickly pale beam with a horrible buzzing sound carves past and right onto you as a force feels like it's pulling apart your body itself. You take 14 48 points of force damage.
Okie dokie.
Ouch.
I thought you were just getting lactose intolerant, but yeah, fair enough. That's a bit different.
The carve seems to damage some of your armor where it passes through your leg.
Oh shit! Sorry, I was muted. I was Did they have to roll a hit?
Nope.
Oh fuck! No, so cutting words wouldn't help.
Everything they do is based on people making saves.
Not my armor.
You can cutting words for damage, but you know.
Yeah.
And then, with that 3 rays, Meraxis rolls for... Okay, well that has no effect. Casimir cannot be forced to sleep. And let me see
I
who
feel
his
like Laurie
targets.
is bleeding from her ears and nose right now.
Mage Redstream needs to make a wisdom save. She is a beast and is not feared. And again, Tiki needs to make a strength save. You've got bless.
I know.
You are shoved 30 feet backwards to there. As the beholder pushes you away. And
Could be worse.
so ends their turn. And from Mage Redstream against Velxer, a burst of 3 beams of energy like heat-seeking missiles blast into the side of the beholder, almost rocking it with its force as 3 magic missiles smash into it. And now it's Tiki.
I shake my head as I get pushed back and run back up recklessly. And attack with a dragon great axe ragingly.
Alright.
Plus the breath.
Yep, that is
20.
a hit.
16
Mm-hmm.
and 7.
Alright. That absolutely hits as you carve into it.
And second attack,
Yes.
24.
That hits.
16 again. Is the breath on a second attack as well, or just one per
No, it's on your attacks.
Brill. That is a lot.
That is a lot.
23, 33, 39, 45. All in all.
Yep, he is getting battered and appears to be bloodied.
Oh,
And your storm. A dex save. He does not make it.
3.
Wait, he does make it, actually.
Oh, okay.
I forgot that they do, in fact, have modifiers.
What's a modifier between friends?
Right. Okay,
you call them friends?
The same for Kalissa, yeah. Yeah, I think Kalissa is just going to continue to Eldritch Blast. That's going to be a miss unless there's anything that gives her advantage. But since no one's yelling it out, I don't think there is. And that's going to be a hit. And that's going to be 11 plus...
Yeah, Eldritch Blast can't benefit from flanking or anything, can it?
Nah.
Nah, never mind then.
Okay.
I give her advantage through fuckery.
I take it away 3 more.
Oh, okay. Worth a try.
Yeah, she's just going to continue blasting from a relatively safe distance. Laura, you're up.
Alright. I'm just gonna run up and I'm going a hell for leather, just hacking this dude up. So first attack.
Oh, Stevie,
Mhm.
he took an extra d6 points of fire damage at the end of his turn.
Okay. Roll it. That's a big ass crit that hits, and
Second attack.
that hits.
Bonus action attack from Rapier of Speed.
That hits.
And then I want to do action surge.
Okay, go for it. Oh shit, here we go. That hits.
Damn, Charlie.
Another one. I don't get another bonus action, right? I just get an extra action.
Jesus.
Um,
Going to work on it like fucking.
Yeah, you only get the attack action, you don't get the
Yeah.
you don't get the bonus.
So it's 28, 31, 41, 51, 55 points of damage.
But it's got a family.
71 points if you include the crit.
Oh, I missed the crit. Sorry. Yes. Yes, 71.
is the +3 not the crit damage?
Do you have to double the dice?
Yeah, that is the crit.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, we're rolling
So I was
twice.
at 55. Hang on. What do you want?
Yeah, crit just does the dice and it's just a d8 on the dice. So
Yeah. So you got, hang on, let's see. 10,
So I was up to
20,
55 on the
30,
normal, and then what did you want me to get from the crit?
50, 50.
68 plus 3, 71.
Yeah, 71.
Oh, can I Divine Smite? Because I still have a spell slot.
You can Divine Smite on your
Alright,
crit.
I want to throw...
Because
yeah, you want it on the crit.
down.
Let's be
Right.
real.
So that's a 9. Do you just want to double it, or do you want me to roll it?
We'll just double it. So,
Alright.
what was
That's
that?
another
71,
89.
89.
Points of damage.
and that's against the Baraxis.
Yes.
oh, he's got to be low.
He, as you begin carving with the rapier of speed, a brand new weapon, but it feels natural in your hands. Every strike is not just a strike, but convincing. You manage to pierce exactly where the flesh is the least thick on the stalks and remove a pile of stalks. And with your final one, you pierce directly through his giant eye, which closes on the rapier. And you feel the muscle of the eye and the surrounding muscle holding it tight. And as you pull it out, it just collapses to the ground as you also bring Baraxis down.
You take that fucker.
As that was an amount of damage that I cannot believe.
Then can I use my movement to back the fuck up towards Morgren? Because I hurt really bad.
Yes, you can.
Ow.
She gets thrown to 43. Yeah.
That is you, right, Morgren?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm just running away there, don't worry.
Yes, fighters.
Yup. That
I did
accent's
just blow
weird.
everything, though.
Did you, the lowest you rolled in your die was like 15 as well to hit?
Yeah.
So
Statistically, that was unlikely.
I could have done with a second crit. That would have been really nice.
Marvin, it's your turn.
So I'm feared. Does that mean I can't attack him?
You can't move towards him.
But I can attack him.
Yeah, I think so. Fear condition.
I will heal you, Charlie. Don't worry. It depends which heal I use.
You'll have disadvantage on attack rolls against him.
Yes, that's all it is.
So you have disadvantage on attack rolls while he's in your line of sight.
Alrighty. So in that case, it's Charlie gets lucky.
Yay!
Does she?
27 hit points.
Thank you, Morgan.
Pat.
+1, +1, +1.
Part of the trail of blood slowly recedes back up her nose.
I mean, your armor is still damaged.
Oh.
Just a little line straight across the thigh where it's been disintegrated.
And then I'll just I'll say, chin up, and I'll cast Sanctuary on her as well.
Alright.
I'm not sure if that counts for their eye beams, but, fuck it, hey ho.
I don't think it does, but...
It does because they're targeted.
Yeah, but it's not a spell.
Or is it an attack, or what is it exactly? That's kind of, I wasn't sure.
They're just...
If it's not a spell, then it's an attack. Going by the way the monster manual works.
It was just a point of interest because I read it and I was like, it might work, but I'm not too fussed if it doesn't. It's one of them.
I'm still charmed, correct?
Yes, by Velxer.
So I can't attack him. So I'll run towards the tent to untie Mole. While I'm doing that, I'll be recounting some sort of heroic verse about Laurie slicing up the meatball. Give her inspiration.
Aww.
Down behind the dustbins covered in sand, I lost my first meatball.
As you run directly towards Sullivan, to untie Sullivan, you run directly into the anti-magic cone that was trained on the tent, and your charm breaks.
Oh, excellent. Did I notice it's broken?
Yes.
Your head clears.
You suddenly find him less alert.
Hang on.
At least I know
think
that.
he's a bastard.
At least I know that Beholder anti-magic beams don't affect psionics.
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Yeah, they don't.
That's
I've been casting psionics and I've been in the beam.
Yeah, I just assumed I forgot. But that's crazy that it doesn't work. Damn.
It's a DM's call the way it's all written.
Yeah,
it has to
can't even counter spell it.
various things.
Shit. Now that I realise what's happened, I'm gonna change course and run up to him and attack him with my sword.
Oh, go for it.
And I use a reaction to go, really?
Later, bitch.
Top 10 anime betrayals. So as you swing in with your sword, by the gods, this beholder just moves in space. It's lucky enough to be floating, or it would be dead where it stood.
Basically, you managed to masterfully strike the one spot that isn't any beholder.
But it looks very impressive to everyone else.
Oh yeah, of course.
To everyone else, that was a sure kill, as there was that by God's intervention alone that didn't hit. However, it didn't hit. You don't deal damage. Do you have any other actions you want to do?
Yeah, I'll go back and untie.
Yeah, give me a fucking I'll say you can do it without a check because it's not like it was tied well.
I can. If it's just rope or whatever, I'll just slice through it with the sword.
Yeah, it's no problem.
Oh, please make him cut him.
So now you're untied. Sullivan.
Thank you.
Very welcome.
Okay, I stand up.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to look towards the beholder, not like what I'm seeing. And I need to conserve my side points, so I'm just going to use... Oh, my focus is on Psychic Assault. I'll just put that up for your benefit.
Mm-hmm.
And I will use Mind Thrust.
Okay.
Rust.
That is an absolute fail. There's no fucking modifier in the world.
Okay, so it's 15 because of the focus.
Yep, no problem.
And I shall move... down there.
Alright. Bernard.
Bernie.
Bernie bites again. 13 and misses.
What's their AC once they have the slow on them? How low is it then?
-2 to their
Oh.
current AC. Which you
Actually,
still
can't take that back.
what back? Just gonna,
I want to run there because they weren't paying attention to me when I was behind them. I don't want to get in front of them.
Sure. You do notice that as you move, one of the beholder's eye stalks is following you. Velxer sees everything.
Cock.
Be very observant.
Fair enough.
Bernard with the bite, that misses, I'm afraid.
Yeah.
And our boy is going to run over here and is going to cast a spell which will require an attack roll. That's hit. That's...
So it requires an attack roll?
Yeah, so the Ans is casting a spell
Oh, sorry, okay.
to attack, and as soon as the spell, he puts a hand on the flesh of the creature, just a horrendous like squelching sound, and the creature immediately begins to bleed out of its eye. And it bleeds out of all of this eye stalks, begin dripping blood, and blood comes directly out of its mouth as it becomes afflicted with a horrendous disease. And okay, Velx, he is not going to take that well. And he's going to make an attack. Well, I'm going to use an eye beam. So Fear Ray versus Ans. Ans fails and becomes afraid of the creature now, and this horrendous like dripping blood, it looks even more crazy than normal. Then I need a dexterity save from Morgan. Okay, that's a 15.
Yeah. Oh no, I'm blessed actually. Yeah, 17.
A pale beam with a buzzing sound similar to what hit Laurie carves a path directly between the two of you. As you just retract your hand from your cure wounds, it just misses severing your hand. The beam buzzes past and disintegrates a large tract of the ground beneath you, but you don't get hit.
Alrighty.
And then...
That's very rude.
We were having a moment.
I need a wisdom save from Laurie.
Roger, Roger.
Roger.
1d4.
Can she have advantage with Sanctuary?
Oh, can I use?
I get inspiration, yeah.
Saves?
You can.
Wait. That's a 16.
That is the DC. You do not become feared by the or charmed by the creature, knowing that your allegiance doesn't lie with it.
Damn straight it doesn't.
You thought about it for a moment, though.
You did. You did.
He had this look in his eye. From across
Well, they do
the
say that
desert.
beauty is in the eye of the beholder.
Oh, Jesus.
Get out of here.
Plus, Kesavir did say it was an excellent judge of character, and he was quite taken by it.
To be fair, that
I
is
mean, the
that
Tess
is
likes
true.
him.
So
Well, there goes one of the oldest D&D jokes in existence.
pretty
Yeah.
much, yeah.
I have been waiting for someone to use it since Beholder's showed up.
I'm not that horrible. Don't worry. Oh man.
Then that is the beholder's turn. Follow-up damage this time. The magic missiles collide with the creature, and unlike before where it was rocked, it immediately, like, its muscles droop, its stalks just like hang there. It becomes stunned as the effect of damage hitting this diseased creature causes the slimy doom disease to take hold. And Tiki, you're up.
Have you just given the beholder conflu?
More or less, yes. I get contagion.
He's just giving the meatball a delicious sauce.
Well,
Marinara.
really, it depends on
Green
who you're
pesto
asking.
sauce.
Like, but yes, the beholder is now stunned, and Tiki, it is your turn.
I will run over
Mm-hmm.
and just do my thing.
Now here's the thing. This beholder is stunned. You have advantage in all your attacks already.
Well,
That hits.
really?
It is slowed. Its AC is reduced by 2.
Nice. That's 16 in total.
Yep. And that hits.
Do you automatically crit against stuns, or is that just on like whole person?
Paralysis.
Paralysis.
Paralysis provides automatic crits.
Basically, it can't take actions, and it automatically fails strength and dexterity saving throws, and attack rolls against it have advantage.
33 from the weapon attacks,
Yeah,
and 8 from Storm of Fury. I'm assuming it fails the...
automatically.
Yeah. So, 41 all in all.
That is a hit. That is a lot of damage, as Calissa will follow up. Now, these Eldritch Blasts have advantage as well.
Go on, Calissa, you beast.
That is a series of blasts as the hexed Velxer gets hit while stunned, as two Eldritch Blasts rock the creature more violently now that it has really less control over itself, but it remains standing. And
Ugh.
we're as we hit Laurie's turn, you hear the sound of hooves as bursting forth from the column of the crater. A unicorn lands, and as it lands, it
This is simple.
lands
This is
to here, and everyone immediately gets 10 temporary hit points. You have advantage on saves against being feared, and you all gain the effect of Bless.
Bless is saving throws and attacks, right?
Saving throws and attacks.
Just what I remember, should I have rolled a save against fear that last turn?
Yes, you should have.
Like, I'm not massively fussed, but I can just do it now.
Yeah, no, I'll do it now.
What's
These are
the-
things that are these are things that are going to slip by me, trying to keep
No,
track.
absolutely.
So please do, when you remember, just call.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
just
fine.
You
rolling.
absolutely save.
I'm just rolling a save to test if something works in the sheet.
All right, Laurie, you're up.
Alright, so after a very brief moment of fangirl, all my dreams come true. Feeling resolute, I'm gonna put my sword away, grab the oath bow. I'm
I
gonna
was like going to grab his flag and try and mount it.
and ride off into the sunset. No, grab the oath bow. I'm gonna make an oath to kill this monster because it's very mean. And I want.
And it's almost dead.
That's not good.
You have advantage.
Oh, okay, I have advantage. And 1d4 from Bless. That's a 21 to hit.
That hits.
And second shot because I can do 2 because I'm in one of those people.
Yeah, you begin to fire now more accurately shots that are inspired by the presence of the mythical beast, and your damage strikes true as you deal
41.
41. Thank you. I cannot
Thank
do
you,
this.
because I can add it up each time. Oh yeah, I see it. 8 and 12 and...
Yep, that's exactly how I did it.
So like Carol Vorderman, you add the 8 to the 12 and then you take the plus.
God, Carl Vorderman, that's an old one. It's Rachel Riley now, man.
Yeah, true.
I don't have TV.
It will always be Carol Vorderman.
I haven't had TV since Carol Vorderman.
I don't
Well,
know.
if you
I'm
think it's
all about
always Carl
Rachel
Vorderman.
Riley, so
Yeah, you haven't seen Rachel Riley if you think it's all about Carl Vorderman.
Dawn is as quick as Carol Vorderman. But Morgan, you're up.
Creature still stands. Use the unicorn did now. I'll just go up and I suppose I'll hit it a few times with my warhammer. See.
This is turning into the zombie scene from Shaun of the Dead.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yes, that hits.
Find the laws of gravity.
Yep, that is 8 damage recorded.
And that's pretty much all I'll do. I'll just kind of stand there and glare at it.
How's this thing looking?
It's now looking bloodied.
Got him.
But it's not looking like it's almost dead.
Not quite.
Okay. In that case, I'll Scorching Ray on it. I'll blast it with Scorching Ray. Now I'm out of the anti-magic cone. Did my Mantle of Flame come back, or is that gone?
It comes back. It's anti-magic, but that's like an innate sort of feature to your being that you're able to do that. It comes back.
Sweet. Okay.
Don't mind bright lights.
That's a hit. That's a hit. That's a hit. Are you casting it up a level?
Nah, no, I'm going to hang on to that in case I need it inside.
Alright, blast them, the damage for all of them. 15, 25, 35. Thanks for the easy maths.
Plus 15 from
50.
Yep. So
my Mantle of Flame.
now he's looking very bad.
Alright, but Bless doesn't affect
No.
damage.
Alright, Sullivan.
Thank you.
Seriously?
That's so little damage. He doesn't save against it.
That's
That is-
4d10. I did 8 points.
it.
Aww.
At least
It
he goes in
hits.
fire, though.
Yes, he does erupt into flame.
Hang on,
See,
how
this
many
is
do you
what I
have?
get for trying to make you look better, Andy.
Just out of gratitude for untying you.
Alright, Bernard.
Bernard bites.
Let's see them fucking teeth.
Nope. Oh, no. Yeah, he
yes,
is flanking.
He is flanking.
Yeah. 9.
Yes.
Yes, Bernie, yes!
The fucking dog did more damage than me.
So you don't mess with him?
That is no mere dog. How dare you?
I'm
How dare!
a
Uh,
majestic wolf.
This is an 89 Honda.
What?
a sacred
How dare you.
flame erupts as Ans blasts him because he cannot dodge it, and it deals his damage. And then it comes to the turn of Voxer, who
And he gets no actions because he's stunned.
stays exactly the way he is until the end
D6
of
fire
his
damage.
turn. Roll up.
Contagion so aids to fight against it. Bless him.
I feel like Molin's enjoying this the same way we enjoy Spirit Guardians.
Yep.
Yeah. I was really tempted to put them up, but
He rolled a natural 20 on one of his saves against the effect of contagion, but he's at disadvantage. But he still makes one save. He still has to make 2 more. And he gets hit again by Mage Redstream with magic missiles, a deadly combo with contagion, and the creature becomes stunned again.
oh yeah, because guaranteed hits. Yeah,
Yep.
of course.
Alright, Tiki. Fire away. He is looking badly battered now.
Good.
There's a hit.
Give Bernard the kill.
No.
No, it's mine.
Come on, go.
It's a crit.
Nice.
Ooh, wombo combo.
And how does that interact? Do you have brutal critical yet? Is that later?
No, that's. I don't have it yet. I don't know when. If. I don't know.
Okay. And then hit your great axe. Breath.
No, wait. I think it's just 4 times.
No, it's 4 turns.
Yeah. Oh, 4 turns. Even better.
And that's gonna be so 11,
22.
15,
Okay, you
19, 23, 31, 41, 53.
Is the Great Axe breath dice doubled as well?
It certainly is.
Then that's
As
5.
the onslaught by Tiki carves through, cutting lumps out of this creature. Parts begin to just slide off as it becomes rotten flesh. And as the last great axe blow delivers with a crit directly into the head, and lightning blasts from Tiki's form through the axe and just into the head of the creature slumps to the floor motionless. As it falls prone. And as everyone's standing around the unicorn axe first, it charges towards here, and with one movement it blasts the entire tent out of the way, the reveal underneath. A unicorn that is laying mostly butchered. Parts of its flank have been chopped completely off. And it is the blood inside the tent is all over the floor. It is badly it is a massacre in there.
Can I cast Spare the Dying?
You can.
Yeah?
You can.
Is it alive?
It's not going to do anything, but
It's not going to do anything, but it's alive.
Can I cast Revive? How long has it been dead? Can I tell that?
That would require a medicine check.
Yeah.
Oh my god, Morgan, if you resurrect the unicorn, Laurie is gonna love you for the rest of your life.
If I don't resurrect the unicorn, my girlfriend will kill me. There's also that. So.
It's been dead about less than a day.
I don't think I can then.
No, I think it's last 10 minutes, isn't it, for Revivify?
it's short period. You need
Last minute is.
I think you need Raise Dead to do that one.
Oh well, I give it a thought.
You tried.
He looks over, a tear sparkles in his eyes, then he shrugs. Maybe not.
Can, like, Laurie approach and just be really sad?
Mm-hmm.
That's horrible.
I just lift up a leg and take a bite and see if it tastes good.
I
this
will
point-
punch you so hard.
Check your whispers. One.
Yeah, alright.
You're gonna cast it?
Yeah, fine.
So Morgan casts anyway, and as a voice in Morgan's head begs for help. A voice that's unfamiliar, but it's very clear that it's coming from the unicorn that's standing. You cast Revivify, a spell that wouldn't normally work, but with the presence of the unicorn, its power seems amplified. And even though Revivify is a quick action, resurrect mid-combat, done in the instant, it doesn't regenerate limbs. You watch as parts of the flank regrow.
It lies there screaming.
Ah, my leg! Ah!
This time, parts of the flank begin to regrow, and as the
Can I throw all of my touch of healing, whatever
Yes.
it's called, Talhalis do? Lay on hands.
yes, as the unicorn stirs and struggles to its feet, as two creatures from another plane now stand beside two creatures from a plane that no one knows. And as the odd scene begins to take hold of everyone, understand that you're standing beside a column behind which a god has been dragged to this plane. Two celestial guardians of that god seem to be here, and two creatures from the depths have found their way here. You don't know what else could possibly be around and what horrors are in sight already, but we'll end the session there and find out next week.
Oh, Dragon Ball Z.
the one thing I am going to do just before we finish is that I'm going to be falling on my knees where I am, clutching my wrists, and I'm going to deactivate the Helm of Disguise.
Okay. So you can show your other token.
Mate, I'm not looking. I'm looking at the unicorns. I'm sorry.
But I will be wrapping up the stream very quickly here, as I do have to go for just a second. I'll be back in the Discord afterwards to chat with anyone who wants to hang around and chat. But for the stream, thank you very much for tuning in. That was there was a lot of you in there, and the hosts were plentiful. So thank you very much, and we'll see you next time with Oldguard.